This conference will now be recorded.
So if yesterday's concept you people understood, any doubt in that references we had done? So I hope you people have downloaded this file, Brinda e-commerce. So here we are going to work on pivot table. So pivot table, what is pivot table is, so am I audible and my screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here I have a table. So table, if you see, so my table is like almost 30,000 data I have. Okay. So usually when I have this report, it's a report. Okay. It's a sales report, what I have for the here. So here I have the information for the sales. Okay. So if I wanted to, by looking at this data, if I wanted to know which month has done the sales, like it is for the sales, it's a sales report for 2022 year. Okay. So here I have the sales happening in the different months. So if I wanted to know which month has done the highest sales, so is it easy for me to identify and make out which month has done the highest sales from this data, what I have? Or if I wanted to see who is the highest selling channel, so like I have Amazon and other details and all. So yesterday I have explained this about the data. So here once again let me explain it. So I have the index, I have the order ID, customer ID. So the clothing type, it is for men's, women's. So age group, so what is the age group, like I have mentioned adult, teenage and seniors. So date wise, what has happened in order to identify which and all month it is. So months column I have put, so status, delivery status, either it is delivered, returned, refund. So what has happened, so the different types of channels and the categories, so like it is set, kurta, western dress, what it is, the size, quantity, currency, it is happening in Indian currency only, and the amount, and the ship city, ship state, so shipping postal code. So business to business, either I am selling it to another business or to the ultimate customer. So this information I have it in my table. So from this table, if I wanted to extract the information of which month has made the highest profit, or which particular channel has done the highest sales, like how many items have been delivered, how much items have been returned, how many items are refunded, so like that. So what is the age group which has been highest sold, so like this and all, if I wanted to know the seek the information, it is very difficult to extract the information from such type of table. Okay, so for that what we will do is, so in order to understand it much better, we will be creating the dashboard. So here I am creating the dashboard. So here I'm creating the dashboard where you can see everything. Here I am not using any such powerful tool like Power BI, using Excel only how to create the dashboard. So here I have used the pivot table, pivot chart, and pivot slices I have used. So once everything is done, I have put the slices, I have put the chart, everything. So easily I can make out, so what is the highest sale, so in which month the highest sales has been made. So who, like men's, amongst the men's and women, which is the highest sales made with clothing. So order status, so 92% orders I have delivered. So how much is cancelled, returned, refunded. So top 5 states, so which is the top 5 states which has done the highest sale. So age group, which age group clothing has been mostly sold. So here you can see. So channel wise, who is the highest selling channel in my sales, so it is Amazon, second one is Flipkart. So when it is put in this visualize, like in the form of charts or something, easily I can identify what is happening. Okay, so in order to create such type of dashboard, we are going to use pivot table. So what is pivot table? So pivot table, when I'm talking about my data, my values are at a fixed place. Okay, so here if I wanted to extract any information, I cannot ignore any one thing, or I cannot reorder anything, rearrange anything, because the values are at a fixed point. So in Excel we have something called as pivot table, which is available under insert tab, pivot table. So here also I'm going to build the table, but according to my requirement. Not mandatory that if I have some 15 to 18 columns, everything has to come into picture. No, it all required. So as many has required, whatever my requirements is, accordingly I can paste those things in the rows or in the columns, like that. Okay, so let's see how to create the pivot table first, then how to apply the pivot chart, how to make the changes in the chart, and then how to create the dashboard. So for that I need to select my entire table. So one way is I can keep on selecting like this, but today it will not happen if I keep on dragging like this. So what I'll do is I'll put my cursor somewhere on my table, I'll press Control A. So if I press Control A, my entire table has been captured. So it has been got selected. So now I'm going to copy this to a new file. When you are practicing, I wanted you to follow the same measures. So I'm going to copy this entire data. So now you can see the dotted lines is appearing. That means I have selected it to copy. I'll go to file. I'll go to new blank workbook, and I will paste it by pressing Control V. So my data has got pasted. So here you can see all the 30,000 data also it has come. Okay. So now I have taken my data and I will rename this as data sheet. Okay. So I have renamed it. Now I wanted to apply the now I wanted to apply the pivot table. So for that also I need to select the table. So I'll put my cursor somewhere on my table, press Control A. My table is selected. I'll go to Insert tab, Pivot Table from Table Range. So once I will, first step I'll do, I'll give you the time in order to do it. Okay. So here Excel is telling the selected range. So that is from A1 to, so it is S31048. So this is my range. Okay, and I wanted to apply the pivot table in the existing worksheet or new worksheet. So as I wanted to build the dashboard, I will put this pivot table in a new worksheet, and I'll click on OK. Select the range, new worksheet, and click on OK. So now you can see a empty pivot table format will appear along with all the headings. So here you have got a window which is telling pivot table fields. Okay, here I have the list of all the headings available, and here I have 4 fields. Okay, first one is filter, second one is column, third one is rows, and fourth one is values. So I'll go to the this my actual data. First pivot table what I wanted. So first pivot table I wanted, so the date, amount, and order ID. See, from out of this entire table I have taken only this 3 information. I don't want the entire columns or entire data to be put in. As per my requirement, whatever it is required, I'm going to build my table using pivot table. Okay. So here I'll come. So it is telling to take the date. Okay. So once I insert the pivot table, you can see the pivot table tools. That is pivot table formatting tools will appear over here. So now first thing is I have to take the date. So for that date, I'll just click on this pivot table analyze field list. So here I have taken order ID month. So you can see in this four things I have taken months in the rows and amount and order ID in the values. So first I'll take the months to the rows. I'll just pick without releasing my click. I'm going to drag and drop it in the rows. So you can see the months has appeared. Now I wanted to see the sum of amount. I'll come here, select the amount. Without releasing the click, I'll drag and drop it in the values. Now I wanted to have the count of order ID. Means in the month of January, how many orders I have supplied. So I will take the order ID to values. So I'll take my cursor to order ID, click. Without releasing the click, I'm going to drag and drop it here. So you can see out of that such a big table. So whatever the information I wanted, I can place it either in the columns or in the rows. Any numerical responses are there. You have to take it in values. Okay. So you have to put it in the value field. Rest other things, columns, rows, whatever you wanted to put, you can put. So I wanted you people, the ones who are trying along with me. So copy the data, open a new workbook, paste the data and apply the pivot table. First click somewhere on the data, Control A, Control C to copy, go to File, go to blank workbook and paste the data there. So like this, paste the data in your new workbook.
Huh?
Yes, ma.
I'm not getting rows and columns. I'm getting it as filters, legends, axis, and values.
Where in the pivot table?
Yes, ma'am.
This one.
That
Did
in
you went
insert.
to insert tab?
Oh,
You first
yes,
selected the
ma'am.
range. You have selected
Yes,
the
ma'am.
table.
Yes.
You went to insert
Yes, ma'am.
a pivot table range.
Full.
Yes, you have to select the entire table. To select the entire table, just click somewhere on the table, press Control
Okay.
A. Your
Yes,
entire
ma'am.
table will get selected.
Yes, ma'am. I did that.
So you went to insert pivot table from table range. You got
Okay.
this option.
Okay. 1 second, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Okay. So now rename the sheet to data and put it in the new sheet. So pivot table, put it in the new sheet. You will get this information in the rows. Drag and drop the months, and in the values drag and drop the amount and order ID. You will get this pivot table.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma.
Ma'am, I'm not able to do it after I joined little late because my internet connection was not stable, and now
Hmm.
I have copy pasted it in the new workbook,
Okay, so now
and
select
after
the
that,
data first. You have selected the data.
ma'am, how we have to do? I am
So click
not able
somewhere on
to.
the table. Click somewhere on the table.
Okay, ma'am.
Press Control A.
Okay, ma'am.
Your table is selected. Now go to Insert tab. Select Pivot Table from Table Range.
Okay, ma'am.
So now you will get a dialog box. Here it should be selected with New Worksheet and click on OK. So in the new worksheet, you will get this pivot table format applied. So you will get this pivot table fields.
Yes, ma'am.
So in this, so you can see the list of headings. Click this months, drag and drop it in rows.
Yes, ma'am.
Then amount in the value field,
Yes, ma'am.
and then order ID in the value field.
Ma'am, how we will understand that this we have to put in rows and this in values and
It is choice is yours. So completely flexible it is. So when you implemented that pivot table, you can see the empty pivot table format along with this pivot table fields was appearing. No, it is your
yes, ma'am.
choice. So now as per my requirement, I wanted the data to be vertically organized. So that is why I have put the data in vertical format. Okay. So if you
Okay, ma'am.
wanted, basically you are applying only one thing, means you can try with, like the rows can be put in the columns, rows, wherever you wanted, but numerical values, whatever it is there, it should come in value fields only. If you wanted to put something in the filters, you don't want this months to be in the rows, you wanted it in the columns, you can apply it however you want. So in Excel, pivot table is a flexible thing where you can organize the table as per your requirement. So it is not mandatory that in a normal table, whatever the information is there, you have to take everything. So whatever it is required for you, you are going to pick out only those columns. You are going to paste it accordingly, like you wanted certain things in the rows, certain things in the columns. However you want, you can manipulate it. So Excel will work accordingly and create the table as how you want.
Okay, ma'am.
So now as per my requirement, I have done this. So now here I'll close this. So I have put a table. Okay. So if I see pivot table chart, so this is the chart what I have applied. So that is combined chart. So I will close this. So if my cursor is somewhere else, you cannot see the pivot table formatting tool. So if you click on this pivot table, you will get this formatting tool, wherein I'll go to pivot table analyze, and here I have pivot chart. I'll click on this pivot chart, and Excel will recommend that you can take a clustered column chart. But I have two information which has to be showed, so I will take the combo. So in the last I have this combo. So as I select combo, so clustered column with line will appear, wherein you can see count of order ID, it is showing in the zero base, wherein sum of amount it is put in the column. So I wanted this has to be highlighted, like which month sales was more, I wanted to see it with the line. So I'll click on this secondary axis. So apply this chart. Done. Getting it, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now I'll click on OK. So I have selected the combo. So the changes what I need to do is sum of amount. I need to just check in so that the line chart will mark and show me which is the highest sales that has happened in which month. I'll click on OK. So my table is put. It has come. So now I have to make some changes. So here you can see the chart is almost neat and clean. So I have to make the changes. So I wanted this buttons to be hidden. So I'll just select it, right click and hide field buttons. So buttons are hidden. Now I wanted this legends to appear at the bottom. So I'll click on this plus and data labels legends. So I'll just deselect, or if I wanted at the bottom, I can put it at the bottom. Okay. So I have made this changes. Now I wanted to convert this values. So here you can see I'm showing the values in millions. So I'll just select it, right click. So I'll come here. I'll just select the values. I'll select the values, right click. So format access. So I have to select, right click and select format access, and here you can see the number value in the bottom. So I'll click on this number and here I'll go down, and here category I wanted to show it in millions. So I'll click on this and select custom. So custom, if this is not available, you need to put it as 0.002 commas, open the double inverted, and I wanted it to be showed in millions. So M, close the double inverted and click on add. So this will get added so that you can convert the values in millions. So here custom, the number type is 0.00 double comma, open double inverted, capital letter M, and again close the double inverted. So in order to keep this, I'll click on add so that the formatting code will be applied, so that whenever in future I'm using also, I can make use of it. Done. Select the numbers, right click, format access, select number, come down, under category, select custom, and here in the format code you need to type this values. Type you can select, here you cannot type. Format code you can type in if this particular format is not available, and click on add so that this particular format code will be added so that you can use it in the future, and you can see the changes are applied. Done. Girls, am I audible? Are you able to do it? Okay, I'll close
Yes, ma'am.
this. Now I wanted to add the title to my this one. So I'll click here, access title, no, access title. So I wanted chart title. So this will be order versus sales. So I'll rename it. I'll right click, edit text. So order versus sales. So here I'm going to rename the sheet name also to order versus sales. Okay, I'm going to pick, so without releasing the click I'm going to drop it next to the data. Okay, I wanted to keep my data sheet in the beginning, so now I don't want the grid lines also, so I'll uncheck this grid lines. So grid lines are removed. So this is done, my first table is done. Okay, so now let's do the next table, men versus women. So here the
Ma'am,
information. Yes ma.
could you tell how to change the title?
Title, just select it, go to this plus, chart title.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
chart title will appear. So select, right click, edit text. So that chart title you will be able to edit it.
Okay, ma'am.
So now I'll go to the next one, that is men versus women. Okay. So here I'm going to apply the pivot table and take only the information of gender and amount. See here I have taken only two information and I have applied the pivot chart. So I'll go to data. So it is already selected. I'll insert the pivot table once again to apply the chart. Insert pivot table from range. So new worksheet. I'll click on OK. So I'm going to drag this sheet to the next place and rename it to men versus women. So I'll click here. Now I wanted to take the gender in the rows and amount in the values. So I have got my pivot table. I'll close this. I'll go to pivot chart. I'll take pie chart and I'll take 3D pie and click on OK. So my pivot table is inserted. So I don't want this extra things to appear. So I'll select, right click, hide field buttons on chart. So it is hidden. Now I wanted the values to appear here. So I'll click on this. I'll click on data labels. So data labels, how I wanted. So more options. So I wanted the category name and the values. I don't want the value. I wanted percentage. I'll select percentage. So you can see men and women, how much percentage it has happened. So I'll just place it in the middle and I can change the color. So now I don't want this labels to appear as I'm getting the name over here only. So what I'll do is I'll click on this plus and I will remove this legends. So now I just wanted to increase the size. So I first thing I need to select, click on this men and women, go to home tab and increase the size. And here I'll change the text color to white and I'll make it bold. So I'll rename this to right click, edit text. So I'll give it as men versus women. So I have created my chart, pie chart. So here when I click on this plus, I'll get my data labels. So when I click on this more options, under more options, you have the options to select what you want. Just placed it before. Now once this is done, I'll go to home tab. I have increased the size. I have increased the size, I have given the color and I have made it bold. That's it. Done?
2 minutes, ma'am.
Yes, ma. I hope everybody are able to do it. Done?
Ma'am, how did you get the percentage, ma'am?
So I have to go to this more options, and here I have the label options. So in this I will select the category name, and I wanted the values to be in percentage. I need to select this both. So I'll show you once again. Click on this plus, go to data labels, more options, and here you have this. Done, ma?
I didn't get it. Label.
You're not getting it? Just first select the chart, go to plus, data labels, go to more options. Is this options available?
Ma'am, until more options it is available, ma'am.
Click on that more options.
Yes, ma'am, I clicked it. After that, it is different.
You have to select this three lines option is there, no label options. Click on that.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
So here you have the category name and percentage.
Okay, ma'am, got it.
Done. What about others? Okay,
Excuse me,
so
ma'am.
let's, yes, ma.
Ma'am, I'm not able to follow you. My internet connection is very bad.
I'll share the record. That's fine, dear. I will be sharing the recording, no? So you can look at the recording and you can do it.
I'm getting left the meeting and then joining. So,
That won't be an issue. So the recording, whatever it is happening, the recording will go on. No, tomorrow we'll share it in the group so that you can see the recording and follow. Any of you are having any network issues or you are not able to do it along with me, never mind. So we'll be sharing you the recording, the data also I'll be sharing it. So you can follow the recording and you can try it out later also.
okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma. So next I have to create it for order status. So order status, here I have to take order ID and status. So status I'll take it in the rows, and order ID I'm going to take it here, and here also I'm going to apply the pie chart. Okay, so I'll come to data. For each and every charts I need to apply the fresh pivot table. I'll go to insert pivot table from table range. So new worksheet, I'll click on OK. I'll drag this and drop it in the last, and here I will give it as order status. I'll rename the sheet name as order status. So here I will take my status to row and order ID to values, so that how many I have cancelled, how much is delivered, how much is refunded, how much is returned, I'll get an idea about it. So once this is done, so I'll go to pivot table analyze, pivot chart, and here I'm going to take pivot chart. So if I wanted 3D pie, I'll select 3D pie and click on OK. So my pivot table is applied. Now I wanted to remove this unwanted things. I'll select, right click, and click on hide field buttons. So now I wanted to rotate it. I wanted to bring it to a side where I can show the clear picture. So wherein I can give the title and this one also. So for that I don't want this legends. So I will just remove the legends and check it. So I will just click on this. So if I click on this, you can see. So once how I got it. So I'll just take my cursor on the pivot table, click on it. Once again, I'll click. So right click, format data points. Okay, so format data points. So I'll select it. So you can see, so the check-in should be series option. And in this series option, you have the option to rotate your pie. So I wanted to rotate it towards my right. So how many degrees you wanted to rotate directly also you can type in, or if you wanted to rotate it, you can rotate. So I wanted to individually, I wanted to bring out each and every pie like this. I'll select. So you can see the yellow color one is selected. So I will just rotate it a little bit this side. Okay, now the gray color one, I'll click on the gray color and just bring out the pie. Okay, I wanted to show the explosion. See, like this, I can show the explosion. Now I will close this. Now I wanted to apply the data labels. So I'll go here, data labels. So I'll just click on this data label, more option. So my selection should be on the label options. You can see the cursor will point out. So I wanted the category names and I wanted the percentage here. Okay. So for each and everything I wanted, so I'll come here. I'll close this, go to this plus option, data labels, more options. I wanted the category name and I wanted the percentage. So like this, I can put the percentage and just rearrange it. So I'll just increase the size, and so here I'll just click on the first one so that I can move it. I'll select it and place it here. So refunded, so returned and cancelled. So like this, I can see. So if I wanted to give the borders, I'll select this, go to design, sorry, format, and here outline, and I will just select the weightage so that I can see the borders are given. So if I don't want, I just wanted the pointing. See, like this, it will point and show which one is the values. So I wanted this particular value in a different color. So I will just select it. So single select. So as I select, everything gets selected. I wanted only this selection to be happening. I'll select only this. So single selection has happened. I'll go to home, and here I'll take it in white color, make it bold. If I want, I can increase the size. So now this is done. My pie is done. So I'll rename it to order status. So right click, edit, and rename it to order status. So my third pie is also done. So I'll come to the next one. So anybody is trying this out? Shall I wait?
Yes, ma'am, please wait. Ma'am,
Yes,
could
ma'am.
you tell how you got the row labels cancelled delivered?
This one I need to select and click on this plus. When I click on this plus, data
No, not
labels.
that one. Ma'am, not that one, ma'am. The table.
Which table?
Before doing
This
the
pie chart.
before, before doing the pie chart, you
Yeah,
made you did a table, no, ma'am. Row labels,
this
count of
one.
order.
This one. This
Yes.
pivot table you are talking about.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So pivot data, you will go to this data, go to
Yes,
insert
ma'am.
pivot table from table range. So you will get it in the
Yes.
new worksheet. I have placed it
Yes.
here. Okay, so I'll get this one. So here I will just put this information field list. In that I have taken status in the rows and order ID in the values. So as I put,
State.
this will be built.
Okay.
Done, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's go to the next table. Okay, order status we have done. Next one is age versus, okay, so top five states. So for this top five states, I have taken the ship state to the rows and amount in the values. So I'll go to the data. I'll go to insert pivot table from table range. Okay. So I have got my sheet. I will drag this to the last, and this is state wise, top five states. I'll rename it to top five states. And here I'll take this ship state to the rows, ship state to the rows and amount in the values. Okay, I have got these things. Now I wanted to see the top five states. So once this is done, I'll click on this drop down. I'll go to value filters and go to top 10. So top 10, and here I'll reduce it to top 5 and click on OK. So I got my top 5. In order to keep this one, refresh I will do. So this value will remain. So top 5 states. Now I will apply the chart. So that is my clustered column chart. So I'll close this. I'll go to pivot chart and I wanted the bar chart. I'll select bar and click on OK. My bar chart is implemented. So here I have to convert these values to millions. So if you see here, so I have to click, select it. Previously how I did the same way, I have to remove this button, select it, right click, hide field buttons. So buttons are hidden. I don't want this total also, so that my values are clearly visible. So now I wanted to change this values. I have got this values too. So when I click on this, you can see access and data labels, it is there. So I will just select, so data labels. So I have got both the values. Now here I have to change this values to millions. Okay, both the ends I have to choose the millions. So I'll select, right click, format access. So previously I did know the same way. I'll select number, come down, and in the category I'll select custom. So here I have already added. So as I told, if you add this, this will be available so that you can apply. So 0.00 means I wanted the two decimal places along with M, that is to show millions. Okay. So the same way I will select this values. I'll come to number. I'll come down. I'll select to custom. So here also I have changed it to millions. So here I will rename it to top 5 states. Okay, anybody is trying, please.
Yes,
So I
ma'am.
have
Trying.
removed the grid lines. Yes, ma. Getting it, ma?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, which chart is this called as? Like
This
under
is bar
pivot.
chart. Bar
Oh,
chart. Bar chart. Done?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now next chart, age versus gender. So age versus gender. So here if you see, I have taken the age group in the rows, gender in the columns, and in the values I have taken order ID. So I'll go to the first sheet. So that is data, insert, pivot table from table range. I'll click on OK and drag this to the last. And this one I'll rename it as age versus gender. So the information what I wanted here is, so here I wanted gender in the column. So gender in the column, age group in the rows, and then order ID in the values. See, as I am locating it, so whichever I wanted, like I wanted this age group. So age group I wanted in the rows, and I wanted this gender to appear on the column. So as my requirement, as per my requirement, I can put the details. Now in order to see the count, I will drop this order ID in the values. So this is done. Now I will apply the chart. So I don't want this grand total. I'll go to design, grand totals of rows and columns. So my things is removed. So now I wanted to apply the chart. So I'll just select, go to pivot table from range. So automatically Excel is telling that based on these two informations, you can apply the clustered column chart. I'll click on OK. So my clustered column chart will appear. I'll remove this buttons, select, right click, hide field buttons. So buttons are removed. So now I wanted this legends to appear at the bottom. I'll click here. I'll go to legend and I'll click on bottom. My legends has appeared here. I wanted data labels. So data labels I can give. I wanted the data labels to appear in the percentage. I'll click on this. I'll go to more options, and here instead of value, I'll select value, and I wanted the percentage. Labels outside end. I wanted percentage. Okay, here I have taken the values in percentage. Table analyze from field list. So order ID, field settings, percentage of grand total. Okay. So here how I changed it to percentage means, so once I have put this values, so here I have put my gender, age group and order ID, right? I'll click on this, go to value fields and here show values as. I'll select it and here I'll click on percentage of grand total. I hope you understood. So as I put my pivot table, so once the value fields I have put my order ID, click on this, go to value field settings, show values as, select percentage of grand total. So here you will get the values in percentage.
Ma'am, I changed it to that, ma'am. But then here, when you're getting 40%, 30% in your y-axis, I'm getting it
Hmm.
in 8 lakhs.
The values.
Yes, ma'am. Not the value, ma'am. In the y-axis, you're getting 0%, 5%, 10%, 15%.
This
I
one.
got it. The
Huh.
left side y-axis. That
Hmm.
I'm not getting that.
So here
I'm
did you
getting,
modify? Here did you modify the values?
yes, ma'am. In the pivot table, I had modified.
Still it is not happening.
No, ma'am. Should I do it from the starting? Like
Yes, yes.
remove the
Try to
table.
do it from the starting.
Okay.
So even after applying you are not getting means, so you can just select it. So here, from here only you can select it, select this options, whichever the value you are not getting, right click, go to format data labels. So go to number and in the category click on this drop down and select percentage. So whatever the percentage it has been uploaded here, the values will get here. I'll show you once again. So click on the values, right click, format data labels, go to the number and take this percentage. So you'll get this percentage value. The same thing you wanted to apply for the men's, select it. So all the three blue color columns will get selected. Right click, go to format data labels. So here go down under number, select under category, select percentage from here. So now I wanted to add the chart title. So that is age versus gender. So I will edit. I don't want the grid lines. I'll uncheck the grid lines. Grid lines are removed. So now, as the way I wanted, I have modified my chart. Anchal. So Anchal is from your team. Anchal, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can work on Excel 2019 version, ma.
Okay, ma'am. Like I've given my laptop
Oh,
update,
yesterday there
ma'am.
was some issues. That is the same
Yes,
person,
ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am. The file was not opening.
Yes, yes. So maybe there must be some setup issues. So once the updation is done properly, you will be able to access, because other friend of yours, they are able to access, no? So there might be some setup issues only, due to which the file was not getting supported from Excel. Did you got, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's move to the next one.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma.
ma'am is 2019 version okay, ma'am?
Yes, 2019 version you can work. Not at all an issue.
Okay, ma'am.
So I am
Okay,
also
okay.
working on 2019 version only. You can work. So
Yes,
next
ma'am.
one,
Okay.
channel wise sales I wanted. So channel wise sales. So I have put field list. So here I have taken channel and order ID. So I'll go to my data sheet, insert pivot table from table range. Okay. So I'll drag this sheet to the last, and here I'll rename it to channel wise sales. So here I have to bring the channel to the rows and order ID to the values. So I have, so these are the channels what I have, for which I'm making the sales. So here I'm going to apply the pie chart. So it is up to you, whichever chart you wanted to apply, you can apply. So to make it more creative and appealing, I am using a little bit different types of charts. So I'll come to pivot table analyze, pivot chart, and I'll take pie chart, and I wanted it in 3D pie. Click on OK. So my pie has appeared. So I'll just remove this unwanted fields, and I wanted the names to appear on my chart itself. So I'll go here and I'll click on data labels. So data callouts. So data callouts. See, I got my values here. So now I wanted this Amazon to come on this particular chart. Flipkart also I can put it here. Myntra also I can put it here. So I'll just select. Once again I'll select. So I'll get this navigator key. I'll just drag and put it inside. The same way for Flipkart. So I'll get this navigator key and I will put it inside. So Myntra also. So I'll just drag it and put it here. So now if you wanted to rotate or make some changes, you can make the necessary changes. As I have called out with my data, I don't want this legends to appear. So I'll just uncheck my legends, so that my this one will be much more clear. So if you wanted to increase the size or anything, you can do it. I'll just wanted to rotate my chart. I'll select it, right click, and format data series. So now I wanted to rotate my table, so that this names will appear in the side, so that my name of my chart will be clear. So I'll rotate it. Okay. So I'll take my Myntra inside, and Amazon, I'll just put it inside. Flipkart, I wanted to bring it here. So I've got my values. So I'll just rotate a little bit more. I wanted to show the explosion. So I'll just bring this out, bring this one also out, and I will move my a little bit out so that it will be clearly visible. So Mintra, I wanted to place it here. So if you wanted to increase the size, you can make it a little bit bigger. So like this, I'll click. So Nulli. So now all my details are clearly visible. So I'll just come out and I'll rename this to channel wise sales. So everything is done. Somebody is, there is a lot of disturbance. Can you please mute, ma? Okay. So now next one. So channel wise it is done. Now I have to create the report. So I have done everything. So now I will create the report. Now whatever the charts I have done, I have to put everything in one particular sheet. So I will come here. I'll click somewhere out here. I'll come and rename it as dashboard. Or you wanted to keep it as a report, you can keep. I have to remove this grid lines. So I'll select. So how did I select? So in between A and 1. So there is a small box in the leftmost corner below the name box. I'll just click here. My entire sheet will get selected. I'll go to view and uncheck grid lines. So my grid lines are removed. Now I'll put some color to my sheet. So I'll take some light color. So I have put the color. Now I wanted to apply the name. So Vrinda e-commerce sales report. So here you can see I have taken only one row, but I have merged till U. So I will select the first one till U. I will take my cursor. Okay, now I'll click on merge and center, and I'll just increase the size, and here I will give the name as Vrinda e-commerce sales report. So I'll select the thing. I'll highlight this in different color. I'll just increase the size. I'll make it center aligned. I'll increase the size a little bit more. I'll make it bold. So now I have done with my name also. So now one by one I have to get all my tables onto this chart. Okay, so onto this sheet. So first one, order sales. I'll select it, Control C, and come to the last to the dashboard and place it. So I'll just decrease the size so that it will be clearly visible. I'll hide my ribbon also. See, next one. I'll select it, Control C, come to the dashboard where I wanted to place. I'll just then order status. So it is up to you whichever chart you wanted to put to make it little bit attractive and appealing. I have put this. Next, order status is done. Top 5 states. I'll select copy, come to dashboard and place it. Age versus gender. Then channel wise. So now I have put all my charts. Now I have to, so the ones who are trying, please apply the charts to your dashboard area. Done? Are you able to do it, girls? So the ones who are trying, you are able to do it, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so till here, if you have done, I'll show you how to apply the slices. I have to select any one of the chart. Okay, I'll go to pivot table analyze, and here I have insert slicer. So now here, what are the slices that I need? I need months, category and channel. So I'll go to insert slicer. So I wanted month, channel and category. I'll select this three. So as per your requirement, whichever you want, you can take it. I'll click on OK. So first I'll take my months here and drop it. I'll just make some changes. Then category. So I'll make it a little bit small and then bring this channel here. So now I have done. I'll make some changes to my slicer. I'll give some different colors. So like this, I have given the colors. So when I select the month, you can see the changes are getting applied only in one particular chart, wherein the things should be applied on all the charts whatever I have put. So for that I have to create the connections manually in Excel. I need to create the connections. For that what I'll do is I'll select the slicer, first slicer. Either I can right click and go to report connections from here. So a dialog box will appear wherein you can see the list of all the charts will appear. I need to select everything and click on OK. Now I'll come to the second one, or if I am not able to do it from there, I'll come to slicer, report connection. So now this particular slicer I wanted to connect to all the rest of the 6 charts. I'll just select everything. Click on OK. The third one, go to slicer, report connections and select everything and click on OK. So now I have created all the connections. Now I'll just come and click somewhere. Now I'll come to January month. So January month, what is the highest sale that has happened? So in women's category, men's category, how much sales has happened, how much delivery has happened, which is the top 5 states in Jan month. Age versus gender. So adults 34.83% have been sold. Amazon, Myntra and all, how much sales has happened. If I come to February month, March month, you can see the changes is getting applied in all the charts. I'll just close this. Now category wise I wanted to check. So blouse. So how much have been sold? So here you can see. So bottom ethnic wear, kurtas, sari. So if I wanted to remove the selection, I have to come to this top and here there is selection button. I'll just deselect. Now channel wise, I wanted to check Agio. So Agio, how much sales it has done. Amazon, how much sales has done. Flipkart, how much. Meesho, how much sales has done. So I'll just deselect it. So like this, once I remove the selections, so it will come back to the normal. So this is how you will create a dashboard. Clear?
Mom, can you tell me how these three slicers are linked? How you should
So
link
first,
them?
so you understood how to insert the slicer, right? So I will
Yes, ma'am.
select, I'll go to pivot table analyze, I'll insert the slicer. As per my requirement, I have chosen month, channel and category. Okay. Once this is done, one by one, I need to select. I'll select the first one. I'll go to slicer, report connection, and I need to select all the charts. Okay, once I select all the charts, so this particular slicer, I make any changes, it will be applied on all the charts. The same way, I'll come to the second one. I can right click and select report connections from here and select all the charts. Select all the charts. The same way for the third one, select, right click, go to report connection and create the connection with all the charts. So once everything is done, I'll come out and click. Once I see, so you can see what is happening like this. So in order to remove the selections, click on this. My selections are removed. So like this, we'll create the dashboard. So clear? So now the data, what I have, this data. And when I am talking about the dashboard, so the same information as per my requirement, I have created the dashboard. Clear? Understood? So in the normal data, when I wanted to see which month has made how much sales, I couldn't make out. But when I have done this dashboard, I can make out March month has made the highest sales. How much of men's and women's percentage wise, how much sales has happened. So here women 64% sales has happened, wherein men's 36% sales has happened. So how many items are delivered and returned? So delivered 92% of items are delivered, refunded 2%, returned 3%, and cancelled 3%. Which is the top 5 states I wanted to know. So Uttar Pradesh is the highest, sorry, Karnataka is the highest made sales. How much they have made the sales? 2.65 million. So age wise, which age group has made the highest sales? So I have sold it to adult, which is 34.59 sales has happened. And which is the highest selling channel? It is Amazon. See, everything, all the informations are at my fingertip. So this is the difference between the normal table and when I create the dashboard. The same information what I have the table, so the same information I have put it into graphs and charts. Clear? So I'll share the recordings. So I wanted you people to try with this out. So here Excel refresher will be completed. So from next class on tomorrow onwards, we'll start working on financial statements. Okay. So any doubt in today's class?
No, ma'am.
Understood everyone?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
Yes,
any doubts,
ma'am.
please watch the recording and try it out. Still you are having any doubts, you can get it clarified in the next class. So I will stop the recording. You people can leave the session.